सहनो भवतु, सहनो भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। Humble prostrations to one and all present here. So now we are in the last valley of Kathopanishad. Second chapter, third valley, or sometimes they call it sixth valley. Again, the content is the same, but put in different way. But there are certain things which are never mentioned anywhere else. So such contents, rare contents are also there in this valley. So let us start with the first verse, page number 265. ऊर्ध्वमूलो वाक्शाखः एषोऽश्वत्थः सनातनः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्म तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकाश्रिता सर्वे तदुनात्येति कश्चन एतत् वै तत्। ऊर्ध्वमूलः अवाक्शाखः एषः अश्वत्थः सनातनः. So there is a tree. What is the name of the tree? Eshah Ashwatthah. This tree, the name of this tree is Ashwatha. And what is the nature of this tree? It's a very unique tree. What is the uniqueness of this tree? Urdhva Mula. The roots are above. Avak Shakha. Branches are below. And this tree is Sanatana. It's an eternal tree. So which chapter of Bhagavad Gita do we recollect when we read this?
It was
This is the
17th, 16th, 15th chapter में.
15 chapter first verse. Little difference, but it is almost the same. ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्. This is the first verse of the 15th chapter. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna has taken that concept from Kathopanishads. So where has it been taken? Here it is. Urdhvamulah avakshakah. There it is Urdhvamulam adhashakah. Ashwatham Prahuraviyam. Name of the tree is the same. There it is Avyayam, here it is Sanatana. Here there is only one line, but there Bhagavan has described it in detail. 3 verses are used there. अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रबालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असंगशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा. Bhagavan uses 3 verses there. Little more detail explanation is given. Here there is only one line. So there is this tree, a very unique tree. Roots are above, branches are below. Tadeva Shukram, that alone is pure. Tad Brahma, that is Brahman. Tadeva Amrutamuchyate, that is considered to be immortal. Tasmin loka shrita sarve, all the worlds exist in it. Taduna atyeti kashana, none transcends it. Etat vaitat, this indeed is that. So now, here there is a mention of a tree. So each and every aspect of this tree is important. Now, in a tree, if you see, roots are unseen. We see the tree, but we don't see the root of the tree. In fact, the tree is existing upon the root. Root is a cause, tree is the effect, but the cause is unseen, effect alone is seen. It is exactly like this world. The whole world is seen, but the cause of the world, the substratum of the world, the support of the world is not seen at all. It is not seen. You can't see it with your eyes. You see? So who is the support of the world? It is nothing but the consciousness in us. The observer is the support, and the observer is never seen. Consciousness is the support, consciousness is never seen. Now, in this tree, urdhva moolam, roots are above, branches are below. Why is the roots above? That which is the cause should always be above. The effect should always be below, isn't it? For example, when we draw the family tree, hmm, first comes father, mother, then comes children. So when we draw this family tree, children come below, grandchildren come even further below, isn't it? Grandparents top. So that's how the whole tree comes. That is called as a family tree. Cause is always above, cause is always higher, effect is lower. So, in the same way, in this tree also, root has been mentioned above. Mm. Now, the question is, what is this tree basically? This tree is called a samsara vriksha, the tree of samsara. Mm. And what is samsara? Samsarati iti samsara. Samsarati means change. So, this tree is this constant change that we are experiencing. Mm. So, this experience of constant change is called tree of samsara. And this experience of constant change, where is it happening? It is happening in me. I am the one who is experiencing the change. I means who? Consciousness. The whole change is happening around consciousness. And it is this consciousness who is experiencing this change. Hmm. So, whatever we see around us, is this tree. So this tree is nothing but the experience of constant change. So what do you see the name of this tree now? Ashwatha. Ashwatha means people tree. That huge tree is called Ashwatha tree. It's not banyan tree, it's people tree. Many people consider these two to be same. No, it's called as a people tree. Now the name of this tree is Ashwatha. Why this name? Ashwatha. Three terms are there in this. Tha means that which stays. Tha means staying. Shwa means tomorrow. A means no. So that which does not stay tomorrow is called Ashwatha. Hmm. That which does not stay tomorrow means what? Constant change. It will not be the same next day, or rather next moment. This is what we are experiencing constantly. Constant change. But very interestingly, another term is used, Sanatana. Sanatana means eternal. On one side, you are saying that it is changing. Again, you are saying it is eternal. What does it mean? It is eternally changing. Hmm. It is eternally changing. Just like a flowing river, a perennial river. River appears to be there, but actually it is changing constantly. Hmm. Water is constantly changing. The world appears to be there permanently, but actually it is changing constantly. Hmm. So on one side it is eternal, but actually it is changing every moment. Hmm. That is the samsara vriksha. Hmm. So what is being said is, though everything is changing, there is one thing which never changes, and that is the consciousness. The rest, everything is constantly changing. Hmm. That root is what is called as shukram here. Tadeva shukram, that alone is shukram, pure. We are not talking of the tree. We are talking about the root of the tree. Tadeva shukram. Tad brahma. Tadevamritamuchyate. So therefore, in this world of constant change, if you want to hold on to something which is changeless, if you really want peace, you have to hold on to this changeless thing. And the only changeless thing here in this world is the consciousness. That is the point. So if we see in our own life, the world around us is changing. People around us constantly changing. When I was born, there were some few people who were looking at me and smiling. Maybe my father, my mother, my grandfather, grandmother, some relatives when I was born. But when I am going to die after 70, 80 years, let us say, those faces will be totally different. A set of faces will be crying, will be totally different. You see? And in between, how many changes? So many friends in our, what you call, school days, college days, professional days. How many people come, how many people go? So this is called as constant change. Many people change houses also. First they are in a small house, then they purchase a house in the city, then they purchase a big house in the city, then they say, no, no, I don't want city life. They then go away, far away from the city. So as and when you become rich, you have all these fanciful ideas. Then they go far away from the city into some remote forest like area, big house there. And now the problem is maintenance because everything is available only in the city. Even a plumber, electrician, you have to get from the city. Big headache. And finally, that madness, to live in a remote forest like area, that madness also goes away because so much of hard work is there. The servant maid has to come all the way from city. So again, this person shifts back to city, big house in the city. Now you are growing old. You can't clean the whole house. They say, no, no, only husband and because all children, they all grown up and went away. Only husband and wife, both of them are growing old, 70 plus. So they say, no, no, this big house is too much. Let us come back to a small house. Then again, they go back to a small house. Hmm. So houses also change. Our body changes constantly. Our ideas about life, our understanding about life also changes. You see? Hmm. And that change in philosophy about life also is reflected in our life. Hmm. When we are young, we think, oh, money is happiness. So run around to earn a lot of money. No importance is given to satsang, etc. And then fall in love with somebody. Children are born, and these children become a headache. They never listen to us. And then that is the time when all these people come to spirituality. By that time, you are around 50 years. Hmm. When proper beatings are given in life, then we understand the value of spirituality. At young age, we have no time for any of these things. We consider this as a waste of time. Mm. So slowly, slowly, spiritual knowledge becomes more and more important as we go into the evening of our life. So try to see the change at different levels: body level, mind level, intellect level, constant change. So this is called as samsara. And what are we trying to do? We are trying to hold on to something, being, or situation for our peace. And remember, everything, being, and situation is constantly changing. So the point is something which constantly changes, something which is impermanent. Holding on to an impermanent thing, you can never have permanent peace. It's impossible. Mm. So therefore, you'll have to hold on to the permanent. If you see the world, there is nothing permanent. Everything is changing. Everything is perishable. If there is one thing permanent, that is only the self in us, the consciousness in us. That is ever there. So therefore, hold on to it. That is the point. Now, we are going to do a little more investigation into this example of metaphor called tree. Right. Now, a tree comes from the seed. So what is the seed? The seed is avidya, ignorance. Ignorance of the self is the seed. Hmm. And from this ignorance comes kama and karma. Avidya, kama, karma. So the moment the seed sprout, that sprout is kama and karma. When I don't know myself as I am, then I have desires for the world, and these desires for the world become action for the world. You see, when the sprout comes, there are two leaves. You see, two leaves proper. So these two leaves are the uh, that tendency in us. Two shaktis emerge. It's called as jnana shakti and kriya shakti. These are the two shaktis of Maya: jnana shakti, kriya shakti. Hmm. First I know, then I do. First gain knowledge, then perform action. Kama, karma. First, a desire, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti. Then there is Kriya Shakti. Then slowly there is a trunk. As the seed grows, there is a trunk. What is a trunk? It is called a subtle body or Sukshma Sharira. The subtle body. Then as the tree go, let us now talk about the branch. First branch. So as the branch grows, you will find a nodular shoot. You know, before that thing becomes a branch, first there is a shoot which comes. A small thing. That is called as nodular shoot. Now, there is a relationship between the secondary roots and this nodular shoot. You see, the primary root is called as Bhagwan. Okay, now we are talking about the secondary root. Secondary root means that which spreads all over. Primary root is the central root. So now if you see, as the branches grow, that nodular shoot grows, it demands more and more nourishment. And when it demands more and more nourishment, nourishment has to be supplied by the secondary roots. So you'll always find that there is a deep connection between the growth of the branch and the spreading of the roots. The more the nourishment it demands, the more the roots will have to spread apart. Hmm. Right. More there is a demand, the more has to be the supply. So you'll always find that bigger the tree, bigger the roots. Bigger the branch, bigger the roots. Longer the branch, longer the roots. Thicker the branch, thicker the roots. There is a direct connection between these two. In the same way, these secondary roots are nothing but our vasanas, our likes and dislikes, desires, etc. They are called as vasanas. So, as our vasanas become stronger and stronger, the branch becomes thicker and thicker. The branch starts growing. What is this branch? This branch is nothing but the world around us. This world around us is called the branch. So branches of the tree, they are the world around us. And now how many types of worlds are there? Higher world, lower world, and middle world. 14 worlds. Hmm. Because our desires also can be higher, lower, and inferior. Tamasic desires will create a tamasic world around us. Rajasic desire will create a rajasic world around us. Sattvic desires will create a sattvic world around us. Hmm. So the higher branches means sattvic, lower branches means tamasic, mediocre is rajasic. Mm. So you see the pattern now. The first step is I interact with the sense objects. The sense organs interact with the sense objects. After interaction, let us say I liked it. That sense object I liked. Why did I like it? I liked it because it gave me joy. Sukha leads to raga. Dukkha leads to dvesha. So with my every interaction, there is sukha dukkha, joy and sorrow. And this joy and sorrow intact becomes ragadvesha, likes and dislikes. And now, after that, all my actions is based on my ragadvesha. Whatever gives me joy, I want it. Whatever gives me sorrow, I want to run away from it. I want to avoid it. So now my karmas are ragadvesha prerita karma based on ragadvesha. And slowly, I choose certain things, beings, and happenings around, and I avoid things, beings, and happenings which give me sorrow. Slowly, a world is formed around me. This is how we all create our world. So in this process, some of us have created a what you call science world, another an engineering world, a sports world, music world, arts world. We are all in different worlds. According to our interest in the subject, we choose a world. If the thoughts are criminal, it's a criminal world, negative world, painful world, world of suffering. If the thoughts are good, then we create a divine world, a world of satsang. So, the world is our own creation. So, just like the branches and the secondary roots are connected, in the same way, our thoughts inside, our vasana inside, and the world outside, they are connected. You see, the branches are seen, roots are unseen. Vasanas in me are unseen, the world around me is seen. Try to see the relationship. So, this is called the samsara vriksha. So, don't think that this tree is somewhere outside. No, no, each one of us, we are a tree. That change is happening around us. And now we have these leaves. What do the leaves do? The leaves nourish the tree. It also beautifies the tree. Tree is very ugly without leaves. Leaves give beauty to the tree. Now, what are these leaves here? These leaves are chandamsi asya parnani, Bhagavan says. Parnani is chandamsi. Chandamsi means scriptures. But what scriptures? It is a karma kanda portion of the scriptures. Karma kanda portion of the Vedas. It is not jnana kanda. Hmm? Jnana kanda will come later. It will come as an axe. We are supposed to destroy this tree. We are not supposed to nourish this tree. This tree has to be cut. That jnana kanda, the Upanishad, is the axe. So here, leaves are the karma kanda portion of Vedas. What is karma kanda portion? All those portion where rituals are prescribed, mantras are prescribed. So you chant this and you can fulfill a particular desire. So that is a 90% portion of the Veda is nothing but that. That is called as karma kanda. All the homa, havana, yaga, the mantras, how the ritual has to be performed, etc., etc. All the details are given in that karma kanda. So do you have a desire? Fine, chant this mantra, do this ritual, and then fulfill the desire. That is the content of karma kanda. So what does it do? It nourishes the tree. It doesn't destroy the tree, it nourishes the tree. Meaning what? It doesn't destroy your jiva bhava. You will remain as a limited individual. You will be fulfilling all these desires, but actually problem is not solved. Problem is solved only when the desirer is destroyed. Problem is not solved by fulfilling the desires, because desires will keep coming again and again and again. As a student, I had the desire that I should study well, get good marks. Then I had the desire that I should get a good job. Then I had the desire that I should get married. Then I had a desire I should have a big house. Then, okay, I should have a child. Child is born. See, the desire go on and on and on. When the child is educated, settled, then I have a desire I should have a grandchild. And the process goes on. There is no end. Then finally I die. Again, the whole thing starts. So desires go on and on and on and on and on. Means what? Samsara vriksha continues. So these leaves nourish the tree and it gives a beautiful look for the tree. The tree is actually very ugly tree because this world is a very painful world. It's a very ugly tree, but the leaves make it appear as though it's a beautiful tree. Tree of transmigration is actually a tree of suffering. But this Karmakanda portion of the Vedas say, no, no, you fulfill this desire. Oh, do you want to go to Swarga? Fine, do this Homa, go there. Oh, do you want a child? Do this, Putra Kameshti Yaga, and this and that and all that. So they are called as the leaves. Hmm. Now in this tree we have some flowers also. So what are these flowers? So now Bhagavan Shankaracharya has given a detailed commentary in Kathopanishad regarding this tree. So Yajnadana Tapas, they are the flowers, meaning the karma. Karma is the flowers here. So naturally, when the flowers come, after that comes fruit. So what is the fruit? Karma phala is the fruit. Fruit is the karma phala. Okay, now this fruit will have a juice. Yeah, rasam, taste. What is the taste? Sukha dukha is the taste. If you have done good karma, then the taste is sweet. If you have done bad karma, then it is bitter. Sukha dukha is the taste. Now, who eats the fruits? So there are birds there. They eat the fruit. So the birds are the jivatmas. And where do the birds stay? They stay upon these branches. Remember, branch is the world. They stay upon these branches and eat these fruits. But then these birds have their own nest also. So that is a small world in that big world. Nest can be called as house or the world of thoughts. See, though we are all staying in this world, actually we are staying in our thoughts. Our world is a world of our thoughts. It's a very private world. So the nest made by these birds, that nest is the world of thoughts. Mm. Now these birds create lot of noise. Mm. Lot of noise. What is the noise? Grumbling, complaining, excitement, sorrow, crying, weeping, complaining, backbiting. All these are the noise of the birds. You see how elaborate it goes. Now, you can never find out the cause of the tree because the tree has come from the seed has come from another tree, that tree again has seed. So, when did this tree begin? You can never answer this. In the same way, we can never find out our, you know, which was our first birth, first existence. You can never. It is anadi. Just like a tree is anadi, our existence is also anadi. Again, during storms, the tree sways. In the same way, during this prarabdha karma, which is very strong, our mind also gets swayed. And finally, this tree has to be cut. So, what do you need? You need an axe. Ashwatthaменam suvirudhamulam asanga shastrena dridena chitva. Asanga shastra. So, the axe of asanga. Asanga means what? Detachment. Detachment means vairagya, the instrument of vairagya. Because the whole tree has come because of raga. I start liking this and like this and that, and slowly I form a world. So the whole tree has come because of likes and dislikes. So therefore, if I have to destroy this tree, I should put an end to these likes and dislikes, and that is called as detachment or vairagya. Hmm. Now, this axe also will be effective only when there is sharpness. Hmm. So, what is the sharpness? That sharpness is a clear thinking, right understanding, vivek. Viveka is the sharpness of this axe. If Viveka is not there, then this axe will be blunt. It will not be able to cut. And you have to hit this axe with a force. What is that force? That is the mumukshutvam, intensity, intense desire for liberation. So viveka, vairagya, mumukshutvam when you have, then that axe becomes efficient in cutting down this tree. As long as we don't cut this tree, it will go on and on and on. Sanatana. It is anadi, it can become ananta. Without this knowledge, the tree will go on and on and on. So therefore, it has to be cut with the axe of dispassion. So this is what is called as samsara vriksha. Mm. So where is this vriksha? Don't try, don't search it outside. There is no such tree, upside down tree somewhere hanging. This tree is ourselves. And the root is the self in us. So shift your attention from the outer world to this inner self. That is called as chopping this tree. Develop love and devotion for the self and develop dispassion towards this world. Then what will happen? This world will be chopped. And what is the end result? The tree will no more exist. You will come to know your own true self. That is the purpose of life. ऊर्ध्वमूलम् अवाक्शाकः एषः अश्वत्थः सनातनः तदेव शुक्रम, that self alone, that central root, not the secondary root, central root. Tadeva shukram, that alone is pure. Tad brahma, that is God. Tadeva amrutam uchyate, that alone is amrutam, immortal. Tasmin loka shrita sarve, upon that all the other outer worlds exist. Tat na atyeti kasyana, none transcends it, overrules it. So therefore, fix your attention upon the self. This has been the message of the entire Kathopanishad. The same thing is put in the form of a metaphor. That's all. Now, verse number 2, page number 269. Yadidam kincha jagat sarvam prana ejati nisrutam mahadbhayam vajramudyatam ya etat viduramritaste bhavanti. Hmm. Yadidam kincha jagat sarvam, whatever is seen in this world, prane nisrutam, has emerged from prana. Here prana means that Brahman, that Supreme Self. Prane nisrutam has emerged from Brahman. Prane ejati, the whole world moves, the whole world functions in prana, functions in this self, in consciousness. Mahad bhayam, he is a great terror. His consciousness as the Lord, as Ishvara of this world, is a great terror. Vajramudyatam, he is ever alert with an upraised Vajra. Vajra means thunderbolt, a powerful weapon. Ya etad vitu, the one who knows this, te amrita bhavanti, they become immortal. So there is a Lord who is taking care of this world and is a great terror. Is a great terror means what? Nobody can escape after doing something wrong. Hmm. He is the karma phaladata. Whatever whoever has done, right kind of phala he will give you because he knows everything. And Mahadbhaya means what? He is very strict. He's a strict disciplinarian. That's the meaning. Hmm. On one side, he's an embodiment of compassion. On the other side, he is very, very strict also. Hmm. Perfect justice happens in this world. No unjust things can happen in this world. Mahadbhayam. Hmm. The same idea comes in the next verse also. So we'll chant the next one also. Verse number 3, page 272. भयादस्याग्निस्तपति भयात्तपति सूर्यः भयादिन्द्रश्च वायुश्च मृत्युर्धावति पञ्चमः अस्य भयात् अग्निस्तपति. Out of his fear, the fire Agni is able to burn. Hmm. Bhayat Surya Tapati. Out of his fear, the sun is burning, giving light and heat to the world. Means all these cosmic forces are functioning so well out of his fear. They dare not misbehave. They dare not be lazy. Bhayad Indrascha Vayuscha. Indra and Vayu, they also function out of his fear. Mrityur Dhavati Panchamaha. The fifth one, Mrityu, Lord Death, he runs. Dhavati means to run. He runs and does his job. Not even 1 minute he has time to relax. Now the interesting thing is in Kathopanishad, Guru is Yamaraj. He himself is talking about himself. He says even Mrityu is so efficient. And it is true. In this world, that person may be very rich, influential, etc., etc. But when the time comes, he is not even given 1 moment extra. Isn't it? That is the efficiency of Lord Death. So that is the way all these cosmic forces are functioning. So efficiently everything is functioning. That is because there is a Bhagavan who is taking care of the whole world. Hmm. Nothing wrong can happen in this world. Hmm. Nothing imperfect. So Bhagavan is perfectly taking care of this world. That is the whole point. And who is that Bhagavan? That we should not forget that Bhagavan is the selfiness. Hmm. Okay, let us stop here. If you have any questions, most welcome. हाँ, उर्वी जी.
Pranam Swamiji.
हाँ.
So, Swamiji, so when we say that this primary root is the soul or the self
Hmm.
or the consciousness or Bhagavan, and we should pay attention to that. But when the roots are alive, there is always a possibility that the tree will come. So,
See, whenever we take a metaphor, don't take it absolutely literally. There are so many aspects which may not match with the, you know, only take those aspects where there is a match.
oh, God. And also, sorry, and when we say that bird is a Jivatma, so even the roots are Jivatma, no?
Again, I am telling the same thing.
Okay.
When there is a comparison,
Right. So Paramatma is roots, Swamiji, primary root, or
the
that is
primary root is Paramatma, yes, consciousness. The whole point is it is because of that that everything is existing. You cut the root and everything will go away. The birds will fly away, the tree will die off, there won't be any fruits, flowers, nothing. So the whole tree is existing because of those roots. And that primary root is unseen. That's the point. There is an unseen primary root because of which there is a seen tree, seen nest, seen bird, seen flower, seen fruits. They are all seen.
Thank you so much.
See, then you can ask so many questions. Oh, then Swamiji, there is mud also, no? Without mud, the root cannot survive, no? So what is mud here? Don't ask all this. Take only that you know, which suits our metaphor. The point is not to describe the tree. The point is only to explain to us the concept of reality.
Yes, Nidhi, go ahead.
Huh.
Pranam Swamiji.
Huh.
Swamiji, I'm perplexed.
Mm.
In the mid 19th century, we were talking about the theory of evolution by Darwin. And these Upanishads are written, not even written. Oh, what kind of timelines are we looking at? Or how do we even understand this so much of deep understanding about things which is present? Look at the metaphor of this tree, which is relating to our body, the tree, and such deep understanding of the tree. How do we understand the scientific development in the world when there is one side we are talking about cavemen and the invention of tools with rocks and stuff, and here we are talking about, I mean, which how are these two even overlapping, coming together? It's difficult for me to understand that side of what we've studied, grown up with, all up until now. And I mean, it's blowing my mind.
Our ancestors were far more intelligent and wise and mature than us. That's what it means.
So, is this land called India a, a land which was experiencing, or is this was the only inhabited land at that time, which would have then seen so many rounds of destructions as yugs would have passed, changed, and then more population came and went to the other side of the world, while this side was in silks and spices and all of this, the ornaments and garments, and there they were like wearing leaves. I mean, I'm having this constant tug of war inside my head to understand what, I mean, what are we even studying? Actually, we are actually dulling down people's understanding of things by just talking about, I don't know if I'm making sense, but दही हो रखा है दिमाग का.
Correct. All useless things are taught to us, saying that this is a great knowledge. Actually, this is the real treasure of knowledge. And India's greatness was because of this knowledge, because there was a time when India gave importance to this knowledge. Children were sent to Gurukula to teach this. At a very young age, children were given this knowledge, and therefore we had a very healthy society because individuals were healthy, physically and emotionally, intellectually.
When you study a tree, you start associating yourself with a tree already. I will look at a tree like this tomorrow. I mean, when I look at a tree, I would look at a tree like this, not as just another being. I mean, and then of course there will not be any differences between human beings. कितना टाइम, आई मीन, आप बोल रहे हो 50s में आके लोग इस जगह आते हैं, ऑब्वियसली अभी ऐसे टाइम पे पहुंच गए हम. I think it's time to be born again to understand this afresh. This is the second birth or the real birth for us. I mean, I'm bubbling with excitement right now. I don't even know how to express myself. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Don't sleep tonight. She's not going to sleep tonight. She's just going to go deeper into herself. Okay, anyone else?
Thank you, Swamiji.
Anybody else want to ask? So, Swamiji, I have a question.
Yes, Amma.
You were speaking about how you need to go to the self. And to go deeper in yourself, you have to move away from the roots. Yeah, you have to start going deeper into yourself and let go of that. Right? So, how do you explain this Pitru Paksh? And this whole thing about Pitru and the pujas that you do every year, the Shrad that you keep, if you're going deep into yourself and let go of all that, then what is all this? Is it rituals? Is it got some deeper meaning? I'd really like to understand this, Swamiji.
See, all that comes under karma kanda, Amma. They're all like the leaves of the tree.
Mm.
Because you are never questioning your own self there. You are assuming that I am a Jivatma, I am this man, I am this woman, born in this family, and these are my ancestors and all that. You are never questioning your own true self. So therefore, all this will come under karma kanda. That is the leaves of the tree. So you are actually beautifying the tree by doing all that. You are not cutting the tree.
And do you think it's important to do that? Or
In
that
the initial
part of
stages, yes.
people, initial stages?
Yes, because it purifies the mind. It prepares the mind to gain the higher knowledge. So karma kanda is important. That's why it is mentioned in the Vedas. Karma kanda is important. So when we live a righteous life, a good life, though in that there is no knowledge, but that righteous life will help purify the mind. And once the mind is pure, then we become fit for jnana kanda. So therefore, all those things are good for purification. But remember, they are all leaves of the tree only. In Veda, there are two portions. One portion is portion for purification. The other portion is portion of knowledge. Now here we are discussing the portion of knowledge. Upanishad is Veda Anta, the final portion of Veda. All these Pitru Paksha, etc. will come Veda Purva. So two terms are there, Veda Purva, Veda Anta. So in the beginning, we beautify the tree. In the end, we chop off the tree.
Yeah, because I don't do anything. I don't believe in all this. So people always ask me, क्या, पितृ पक्ष होने वाला है, आप श्राद्ध करती है. मैंने कहा मैं तो कभी कुछ किया ही नहीं. I don't believe in any kind of ritualistic practices. That's why I wanted to ask you that, eventually it's all about the self. So most people get caught in the beautification only, and they forget about cutting it off. So yeah, so thank you, Swamiji. It really helps. Anybody else wants to ask or you confused about anything? Kathopanishad, now we have 2 more classes only. So anything to do with this?
I have a question, ma'am. I wanted to, a friend of Swamiji, मुझे आपसे पूछना था. A friend of mine lost her son who was just 30 years old in US. Plane crash से वो गुजर गया. So how do we explain this to the person who has lost a child who is just 30 years old कि ये आपका प्रारब्ध कर्म को आप भोग रहे हो? So is it always negative karma giving this kind of a result, or can we look at it like वो बच्चा मोक्ष के द्वार पे होगा? So how do we understand or how do we explain this to someone who has lost a young son, जो इतने ड्रीम देख के हमने यूएस भेजा है, and the child dies in an air crash, just 31-year-old. So is it a negative prarabdha karma?
Amma, the question I think you are asking is how should we console them? What is
Correct.
the question? Do you
Yes,
want to know
that's
the
the question.
reality or do you want to console them? Because
I
both are
want
two
to
different
know,
things.
no, I want to know the reality also. And when in such situation, how do we console them?
Amma, reality is this. When we come to this world, we come with our prarabdha karma. And in that prarabdha karma itself, it is decided how many years we are going to live. So there is nothing good or bad here. How long you are going to live, that is already fixed. Now there will be some reason with which we will have to leave the body. Everybody has to leave the body. So there is nothing good or bad. According to scriptures, coming to this world itself is bad. Forget about dying. Because we are born only to die again and again. This death, how many times we have been dying? So therefore, this coming to this world, this samsara tree itself is inauspicious. Because it will give you umpteen number of millions of births and deaths. So wisest thing will be live such a life that this birth becomes the last birth and this death becomes the last death. That is the purpose of Upanishads. How many times we have been dying in so many different ways. We don't remember, that's all. We have been buried to death. We have been burned to death. We have been eaten alive. We don't remember, that's all.
Yeah.
So,
But how do we console a mother, who has lost a
now
son?
that is the second part of the question. How to console. So in such moments, don't go to that Amma and say, Amma, it is all because of that fellow who did some bad karma. That's why. Never do that. So when you speak, Anudvegakaram Vakyam, Satyam, Priyam, Hitam. 4 things. I think we must have discussed this before. Speak words which are non-agitating. Speak words which are truthful. Speak words which are sweet. Speak words which are beneficial. All these 4. So these things should be kept in mind. So whenever I am speaking something, I should never hurt somebody. So you may be telling the truth, but if it is hurting somebody, then it is against Vaktapas. Should never do that. So words which are beneficial and sweetly spoken, that's the way. So then, if at all you have to say, see, many times, in such moments, it's the best thing would be just to hug her and then say that, see, we are all with you. That's the language which she will understand more.
Yeah.
And say that whatever God does, there must be some purpose which we may not be able to know now. God can never do something, which is not good for us. He is our well-wisher. So these are the words we must speak.
Okay. Thank you, Swamiji.
In fact, such tragedies bring people to spirituality. If you see in the long run, after 5, 10 years, this sorrow brings that person to spirituality. So it becomes a blessing in disguise later on. Because such sorrows alone bring us towards spirituality. Otherwise, we are all living in a dream world,
Correct.
in our own ambition, this, that, etc. We are never in touch with the reality. So such shocks in life come to everyone, and these shocks bring us down and then make us think about the purpose of life. So these are all shocks which are great blessings in disguise that she may not understand at that stage.
True.
But we have to understand that whatever God does, there is a purpose.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji. Sonali and then Rahul. Yes, Sonali, do you want to ask? Okay, Rahul.
No, ma'am, I just was appreciating what was being said. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Rahul?
Thank you, Guruji.
Rahul, unmute karo. Yeah. Rahul, you need to unmute.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Louder. Yeah.
Oh, so Hariom Swamiji, actually, I just wanted to ask. So basically, the taste of the fruit will be either, I mean, sweet or bitter. So the thing is that, I mean, the sweet taste is more dangerous because that will enmesh us further in the
Correct.
world.
Mm.
Bitter, at least, will take us more inwards and contemplative.
Correct.
Okay.
That's nicely put, Rahul. So, anybody else? Okay. So, Swamiji, let us end
Okay, Amma.
here.
Ma'am, request Swamiji to give us a little extra class where he can teach us how to chant Om in Ma in the way it's supposed to be. I trust that you can do it very well.
All right, all right. Let us end with our last prayer.
Okay. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ